ਗगन मैथाल रव चंद दीपक बने तारका मंडल जनक मोती धूप मल आन लो पवन चवरो करे सगल बन राय फूलंत ज्योति कैसी आरती होए भवखंडदा तेरी आरती अनहता शब्द वाजंत भेरी रहाओ
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to lesson 7. So now we've entered the third Shabad of Soila. So the first one was in Rag Gauri Deepki, then Rag Asa, and now we're in Rag Tanasri. Rag Tanasri again is a very beautiful rag. Here the author remains the same, Guru Nanak Dev Ji. I'm going to explain more of Rag Tanasri at the end of this Shabad. So in a couple lessons when we're done with this, we'll actually listen to a recording of this Shabad sung in Rag Tanasri. So I'll give more information on the Rag in a few weeks. But now we're entering another very, very important part of Soila, the Arti section. So today we're covering just the first 4 lines. Technically this whole Shabad is the Arti Shabad. However, the first 4 lines are kind of more well known in terms of what is the Arti Shabad in Sikhi. And, first of all, I want to just clarify something. When we think of the word Arti, many of us don't realize, but in Sikhi, we have an Arti as well. It's not the Hindu Arti, as you may have seen like in movies or maybe in real life, if you've seen an Arti at a Hindu temple or something with the idol and, worshipping the idol with the thali and stuff. Obviously, in a Gurdwara, we don't have that type of idol worshipping Arti. We have a different type of Arti, which is written right here in this Shabad. So, in order to fully understand the significance of the Sikh Arti, what it is, what it means, we have to understand the background of how this Arti was even revealed to us. What we believe happened, what Sikhi believes happened, is when Guru Nanak Dev Ji and Bhai Mardana Ji, his friend who accompanied him during all of Guru Nanak Sahib's udasis, his trips around the world to enlighten people, to end superstitions, to end discrimination, to really spread God's message around the world. During his second udasi, Guru Nanak Sahib and Bhai Mardana Ji visited a very famous Hindu holy site called Jagannath Puri. And that place is still there today. Hindu pilgrims still go. It's a very prominent place for them. And for a lot of historical Hindu temples, there are restrictions as to who can go inside. For example, there might be a temple where only people of the highest caste can enter, or other sort of restrictions. Not all temples welcome everyone. So when Guru Nanak Sahib and Bhai Mardana Ji wanted to go visit Jagannath Puri, because Guru Nanak would often go to different temples and then point out and explain through love and kirtan and katha as to what people were doing wrong, especially in terms of superstitions and other sorts of beliefs that he wanted people to change. He had to first enter the temple and see what was happening. So as they would normally do, they were about to enter this Hindu temple, but they were stopped by one of the temple guards. And he told the two that Guru Nanak Sahib could go in because he belonged to a Hindu family. Even though Guru Nanak didn't consider himself a Hindu, the guard recognized him from his background. That you're born into a Hindu family, therefore I'm going to consider you Hindu. So you can go in if you like. But when he asked Bhai Mardana Ji what faith he belonged to, what caste he belonged to, and Bhai Mardana Ji replied that I'm a Muslim, I'm a Sufi. The guard told him he was not allowed to enter this temple. So Guru Nanak Sahib, of course, said, if I'm only going with Bhai Mardana Ji, I'm not going to go alone and leave him outside. So the guard said, okay, if that's what you want to do, then neither of you are allowed to enter. So as a result, both Guru Nanak Sahib and Bhai Mardana Ji, they walk outside, they sit underneath a tree that's facing this temple. And the temple isn't completely closed off. Sitting outside, they're still able to see what's going on inside. And that's what happens in the Shabad. As Guru Nanak Sahib looks into and sees what is happening inside, seeing a Hindu Arti being performed, where they're worshipping an idol made out of stone or wood or any sort of material, Guru Nanak Sahib then looks around and he sees the mountains in the background. He sees a very picturesque scenery. And we believe at that time, this Shabad was revealed to Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Of course, all of this Bani is Ilahi Bani. It is revealed by God Himself. And that is when this Shabad was produced. It was written down, it was sung first in Rag Tanasri as the header shows. Then after it was sung, it was written down. And your facilitator has already gone through the Shabad, so I don't want to repeat that again. But as you guys know, these entire four lines are a metaphor. So Guru Nanak Sahib is comparing the Hindu arti that he's seeing inside this temple with the tal and the various candles, the gems, the incense, the flowers, everything. And he's using it as a metaphor to describe what we believe to be Vaheguruji's true arti, Akal Purakh Vaheguru's true arti. That Guru Nanak Sahib is saying, you know what, God, you are so great, you are so powerful, you are so widespread, you are everywhere. You can't be contained in an idol. You can't be contained on a plate. You are so much greater than what is happening inside this temple, that this is not doing you justice. You are so powerful. You are so beautiful. You're everywhere. You are the sky. You are the stars. You are the mountains. It's not right that they're putting you on an idol and they're limiting you to that idol. That your arti is so much more than what is happening inside this temple. So as a result, when the Shabad is being written out, there's a couple very important points to be pointed out here. First of all is Sikhi's view of idol worshipping. Now, as most of you probably already know, idol worshipping is completely banned in Sikhi, in the sense that we don't have, we're not supposed to have any idols, whether they be of the gurus or anyone else, and worship those idols. That is completely disallowed in Sikhi. There are several Shabads in the Guru Granth Sahib Ji, several Shabads from Dasam Bani as well, that clearly point out that a Sikh is not supposed to worship idols. And again, that if another religion wants to do that, that's fine. That's their business. We're not going to force our ideas on other people. But as a Sikh, if you are a Sikh, if you believe in Guru Gobind Singh Ji, believe in all the Gurus, Guru Granth Sahib, then as a Sikh, we are not allowed to worship idols. So this is a reminder to us again that idol worshipping is not permitted in any form in Sikhi. Another important point to point out here is the environmental aspect of this Shabad. A lot of Bani in the Guru Granth Sahib, in Dasam Bani as well, is based on nature, the environment. Guru Nanak Sahib especially has so many environmental metaphors throughout his Bani. This is another example of that. That God is not just in people, but God is in nature. He's in fruit, He's in vegetables, He's in plants, He's in flowers, He's in animals, He's in the sky, He's in water, He's in the air, He's everywhere. God is everywhere within nature. So as a result, we also have a responsibility to take care of nature, because He is in that. He is in nature. And we need to do seva of God, right? Serving God. And seva of God includes serving nature. So the Sikh is supposed to be environmentally friendly, is supposed to protect the environment, is supposed to maintain the environment. And by destroying the environment, we are insulting God's creation. As a result, we are insulting God Himself. So this Shabad reminds us of that, of the importance of being environmentally friendly in Sikhi. And the activity, in fact, after this is based on being environmentally friendly, especially in our community right now, how we can improve that. And then we'll get into this in the next lessons as well. But Guru Nanak Sahib will continue this idea of the Aarti, and we'll again further expand on these ideas altogether. One last thing I want to point out is this Shabad here, Gagan Mithal, the Aarti Shabad as we, informally call it, is part of a greater Sikh Aarti that is sung in Gurdwaras, at least in major Gurdwaras, every day. It's called Aarti di Chonki. Chonki is sort of like a group or a set, a time. So, for example, you have Asa Divar in the morning, and then Aarti di Chonki is in the evening. And during that Chonki, Ragis sing all the Aarti Shabads in Sikhi. starting with this Shabad for Guru Nanak Dev Ji, not all, but most of the other Bhagats in the Guru Granth Sahib, for example, Bhagat Kabir Ji, Bhagat Panna Ji, they all have Shabads talking about the true Arti. So what Ragis will do is they will sing all the Shabads in the Guru Granth Sahib that talk about Arti, that are Arti Shabads, one after the other. And then at the end of that, they will also sing a lot of Dasam Bani. So Guru Gobind Singh Ji also talks about similar concepts. So all of that combined is what we call the Sikh Arti. When Ragis sing those entire Shabads in a particular order, normally there's also a very traditional tune that Ragis have been singing for hundreds of years. They sing it in that tune, and that is Arti di Chonki. So not only do we read this every day, but it is supposed to be sung every day. And at most major gurdwaras, it is sung every day in the Arti Chonki that takes place in the evening. So please keep that in mind as well. That again, all of this Bani, so sung first, written second, music, Kirtan, Rag is so important in Sikhi. And with that, I will leave you to the activity and I will see you next week. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.